All right, welcome everybody. Good to see everyone. Tonight, I want to do something a little bit different. As we go through our updates, I want to talk about your hit list, specifically your top 10 list. So if everybody could get their top 10 list out and have it ready, I want to hear your update on the last 24 hours, but then I want to dig in on your hit list and I want to see who is on your active top 10 list because we haven't gone through your top 10 list or looked at them name by name in several weeks. It's been 3 or 4 weeks now. We're in day 40, like 47, 48. So we're halfway to the 90-day challenge. So it's time to go back and revisit this top 10 list and see where it's at, how much progress you've made on it, who's on the list, who's on the current top 10 list, because obviously, as you know, we should be replacing that. So if everybody could take a moment to get their top 10 list out, and if you've got your top 10 list and your update ready, if you could just go ahead and raise your hand, and then I'll just, you can unmute and we'll just go through this on audio so that way I can hear kind of your list and we can talk about each person on the list. But that's what we're going to focus on tonight is your top 10 list. So as soon as you have your top 10 list ready, then once you raise your hand, I'll go to you. It's okay, Kelly. You can't talk. It's all good. But everybody else that can, once you have your list, if you would just raise your hand and then I'll call on you. So we can go through your top 10 list. I want to hear about your activity over the last 24 hours. But most importantly, I want to dive into your top 10 list because if we're going to get you guys qualified for this contest and get a couple of sales in between now and Friday, we have to know who's on that top 10 list and who you're going to target tonight and tomorrow to get an exposure in before Friday. So you've got tomorrow night's Zoom. I know some of you have live events tomorrow. So as soon as you have your top 10 list ready, please raise your hand so I can unmute you and so we can go through your top 10 list. I want to make this the focus tonight so we can finish the week strong. I want to talk about everybody's top 10 list and see who's on it and who you're targeting and what your goal is between now and Friday. So here we go. Kirk, I see your list here. On your plan for these people that are on your list, do you have a strategy over the next 24 to 48 hours to get them exposed?
I do. I'm having lunch with three of them tomorrow
Okay.
to meet with them. These are all people that other that I hire, other company owners,
Okay.
and I plan on actually I have more. I have 26 altogether,
Okay.
and
But
I plan
those are
on
kind of like your top ones right now that you're focusing on.
yeah the other company owners that I'm working with.
Okay. And then as far as your activity in Arizona, do you have are you going to try to set up a weekly event or doing some type of business luncheon? Because I mean, a lot of your contacts being business owners and stuff, I think a business luncheon would work really well. Have you started working on that?
I have not. That's something that I do need to work on.
Okay. If
Yeah.
you could get that going, I have some other people from WV that are in that area. So if you could get something going and just do it weekly, even if it's just you and one or two other people, just to get in the habit of doing it. I mean, you got to eat anyway. At least hopefully Corey's letting you eat some. I'm just teasing. I know you and then some other people are on Corey's challenge. So but I mean, if you just get in the routine of doing it, just pick a day of the week that works for you and do it every week. I mean, people got to eat. And I just think to me, with knowing who's on your list and the types of people that you're targeting, I think it would be an easy way to just start something and have it be consistent and it's just in your schedule. So picking a day that works and doing it at a place that's convenient and easy for you to get to and central for other people to meet you at. And I mean, like I said, people got to eat. And it just, I think with your list and knowing who's on it and being a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners and stuff and contacts that you have from your business, I think it would be an easy way for you to get something going. And I mean, when I used to do those business luncheons, in San Antonio, that was like my bread and butter. I mean, they started with 4 or 5 people, and then, within a few weeks, it was 20, 30. And then I was doing 2 or 3 luncheons a week in San Antonio with, 40 plus people at each one. So we were exposing, 120 plus people a week between 3 luncheons, and they'll just grow like that because it's easy for people to bring people. They don't have to learn about the business. They don't have to know how to invite because anybody can show up for a free lunch, So if people just learn, hey, I'll buy your lunch on Tuesday I want to show you something. I mean, it's just so easy. It's literally the path of least resistance, I think. So
Okay.
I would start with that and try to get that going. And if you can get that going and we can get it up there, where we're having 15, 20 people, I'll come out because I've got some people I want to plug into it and some other people that I want to talk to in Arizona too.
Okay, great.
I'll come in and spend a few days. So I like it when it gets hot in Arizona. I know other people like to leave, but I don't mind it. So I'll come out and visit.
Okay.
All right. Daryl, I saw your hand go up. You want to go through your list really quick and let's talk about your top 10?
Well, my hand went up west. I'm like Ron Head. I'm sitting here in the dark. My lights are out, and the weather's knocked the lights out. So I'm scrambling. But what I don't, my top 10 list is sort of morphed into several lists. I got guys who I went through my phone, people who I knew at golf. I got like 60 on that. I got so many lists. So I just be calling people, but I haven't done what you just told the young man there to do.
Okay.
Set up something during the week to just invite people to lunch, because you're right, they gonna eat every day. Why not sit down and eat with me?
Yeah.
I invite people to but when you want, like, what type of place, I guess I need to just go somewhere.
I mean, I like going someplace
Place or something.
that's easy and fast, not fast food, but like even like a Boston Market or like a Luby's or like a Golden Corral or someplace that has
Yeah,
a buffet, like a salad buffet or because
yeah,
it's easy. People come in, they get their plate or a bowl place, places that have acai bowls or like a Chipotle style, because everybody can just grab it and then sit down and you can start there. And then as you get bigger, you need to go to a place that has a private room. So like I did an event in Michigan last week and it was at this place that had a private room. It was our first event. We had 10 or 12 people there. And maybe 15, but it was a room inside of an Italian restaurant, and we just let people order as soon as they sat down, and then I started, and then she just brought the food out and set it down while I was talking. So you could do it either way, but I just think when you're starting out, if you can do it at a place that's that's like serve yourself or like fast, then like fast casual, then that way you don't spend time with the server interrupting and coming in and picking and choosing an appetizer and a drinks and whatever. It's just much faster. But once you get it, if you do it at the same place every week at the same time, then people know, hey, so you get signed up today, we're going to do this again next week, the same day, same time, same place. All you have to do is bring 2 people back to me. I'm going to bring 2 new people. You bring 2 people. We'll have 4 or 5 of 6 of us here. Then the next week, we'll have them do the same. So within 2 or 3 weeks, then it goes to, 12, 15, 20 people. And then you might have to go to a place that has a private room. But in the beginning, you could do it anywhere because you could just sit at a table with an iPad and you're just talking to a few people. Even if you had 5 or 6 people, you could still do it with an iPad. You don't need a
yeah,
TV and all the hubbub and like all the bells and whistles if you're just getting started.
yeah.
So I mean, you guys should be doing this. Like this should already be a thing. When we started, Daryl, I thought you were camping out at like one
I
of the
go to Jason Deli.
Macaroni Grill or something. What was it where you were?
This is Jason Deli.
Jason's Deli. Yeah, see Jason's Deli, perfect place. Why'd you stop going there?
So I was there today.
That was
No, I
what?
still go. Yeah. But I hadn't officially invited people to meet me there for lunch, but that's what I'll do because I'm there all the time.
Yeah, there you go. That should be your spot. Jason's Deli. It's easy. They
Yeah.
can grab their stuff, sit down, and here's the thing, guys. You've got to be consistent. You can't bounce around. That's why we've been doing every Thursday in Dallas like clockwork for the last 2 months. Same thing in Memphis. You know, the Thursday night meeting has been happening for a month now. When you get things going consistently, then people know, okay, it's Tuesday. Today's my Bright Life lunch day. It's Thursday. It's my evening presentation day. I mean, it's in the schedule. It becomes second nature to them. And so when you're trying to get things to grow, you can't do it one day this week and then a different day next week and then at a different place the next week and then at a different time the next week and then a different day and then a different time and then a different place. And sometimes it's lunch and sometimes it's at night. People can't get in any type of rhythm or any type of routine. You guys have to be doing this on a regular basis, and you do it rain, snow, sleet, or shine. If one person shows up, you do it for one. If two people show up, you do it for two. If nobody shows up, you do it to practice. Like you do it no matter what. You don't cut corners, you don't change it around, you don't mix it up, you don't confuse people. Let people know. Tuesday at noon, I will be at Jason's Deli every week on Tuesday at noon. And then everybody just starts showing up. It's like, oh, it's Tuesday at noon. I'm going to be meeting Daryl at Jason's Deli. Boom. There you go.
You ain't treating everybody, are you? I can't.
No,
You're only
no. I
supposed
mean,
to
my
plan for
personals,
everybody.
I do. My personals, yeah. If it's your
Oh, okay.
personal and you're inviting them, yeah. I mean, Jason's Deli, $10. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't pay for all my team's people. No. The idea is that you pay for your personal's lunch. That's it. Your
Right.
personal guest. You
I
because
got
your invite is, hey, come meet me for lunch. Lunch is on me. It's an investment into your business. Consider it an
got
advertising cost. So, but no, you're not paying for everybody on the team. You're just paying for your personals. You should teach your team to pay for their guests, just their
you.
guests, and then they do the same thing. So then this duplicates. Everything you do, they do. So this is how you teach the system. Okay, let's see here. So Daryl, on your list, I know you said you've got your list scattered around, but who is your top five right now that you're focused on getting exposed?
Well, I got a top 10 list. I got a guy named Callan, Will Anderson, Ernest Smith, Reverend Monty
Okay, so let
Campbell.
me ask you this. On that list,
Yeah.
why have they not been exposed yet? Give me the reasons why this list still is a list and they've not been exposed. Can you tell me that?
No, I'm let me see. Callan. Well, these guys, man, they sort of hard to reach. Every time I call Callan, he in the middle of something. He told me he was gonna look at the video, but
Okay, so hold on. Let's stop on that one.
I stopped sending it like you told me not
Okay.
to.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
only sending the video when the
Yeah, but
person
if you
tells
sent him
me
that video
they're
2 weeks
going to
ago,
watch it.
well, here's the thing, right? This is a good lesson because you sent him that video. I told you to stop sending the video like 3 weeks ago. So that means
Yeah,
that
I said I stopped doing that.
no, I know, but let me tell you something. Let me explain something. He's had that video for 3 weeks now, and he's not watched it. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to illustrate for everybody else. This is what happens when you send the video out and you don't have a set time for them to watch it. Then they sit on it, just like he has. So why is he still on the list if he's dodging you and won't take your call and won't take time to watch the video?
Well, that's what I meant when I said my list is just morphed into something because I don't spend my time just calling those same people. I called some people today. I got a scheduled one of the guys, he was getting ready to go watch his wife perform. And I didn't know he had started preaching, one of my former players. He just
Okay.
turned 40 years old. So he invited me to his church and I told him I'd be there Sunday.
Okay.
I had three good positive connects today.
Good.
I'm in the
So,
dark.
so to get those three positive calls today, how much time did you spend inviting today? How much time on the phone?
I spent an hour and a half. I talked to another guy who's going to do some meal prep for me. So I'm
Okay.
going to meet with him. He's in Nashville, so he'll be back Sunday. So
Okay.
I'm supposed to meet with him Sunday. Saturday, I was supposed to send the video to somebody at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Remind them at 5. So my my activity pickup is resulting to things, taking place.
That's
Man,
good. So you spend an hour and a half inviting, and you have three positive appointments essentially, or tentative appointments set up from the hour and a half of calls you made today.
yeah, and the guy who I think gonna sign up from the other day,
Yeah.
he works so doggone much. He got a CPR class business, and he drives for UPS.
Hmm.
So locking him down, I think is going to happen. He called me yesterday, but I didn't get to talk to him again. So I'll probably reach out to him tonight. But I did go to his church on Sunday, and I'm gonna sign him up. I'm gonna get him for
Okay.
sure.
All right. Well, so the good news is that you had an hour and a half of inviting, so that's good. I mean, you've got some results, you've got some activity, and like you said, your activity is picked up. So that's obviously a plus. Now we just have to convert. So I think part of what I want you to focus on, Daryl, is you spend an hour and a half inviting, but you've got still things are kind of wishy-washy. And so, the other thing is setting appointments for 3 or 4 days out, like Saturday on a Wednesday. I mean, this is just my guess. We'll see what happens and make a note to tell me what happens on Sunday. But here's my guess. The Saturday appointment won't happen. So whatever you scheduled for Saturday, my bet, this is just me, is it won't happen because you got 3 days for things to happen and for them to get busy and to have life happen. And so this
Right.
is one of the things that you guys need to understand. If y'all get somebody on the phone, y'all have to get good at getting people to drop what they're doing when you get them on the phone. Because then you're Daryl, this is my guess, is you're being too nice. You're being too easy with people. Like you're getting them on the phone, you're shooting the shit, you're talking to them, you're chatty Cathy, and that's great. But you need to get them to action because the thing is that you're letting them put you off. And as soon as they give you one excuse, so whatever that excuse is, I got to go to my wife's thing. I got this other thing. I got to go. I'm working on my sermon or whatever, right? Like they give you whatever excuse they give you. Remember, as soon as they give you that excuse and you take it, whatever that excuse was now is more important than whatever you have because you told them subliminally without
Right.
saying it that you're right. That is more important than what I have to tell you. And so what you need to do is get good at getting them to drop everything and be like, bro, did you not hear me? This is life or death. This is life changing. Where's your computer? Are you on your phone? Are you driving right now? You could literally listen to this in the car. You don't have to watch anything. It's not visual. You could literally put this website in if you're sitting in your car right now. How long is your drive home? I mean, these are the questions y'all need to be asking when y'all get people on the phone. If you get them on the phone and they're busy tonight and they can't get on the webinar or the Zoom, well, what about their drive home? Are they going to teleport home? No, they're going to be in their car. What are they doing in the car? Nothing. So why can't they push play if they have a 20-minute commute home? They can watch the whole video in 20 minutes. So the problem is y'all are letting them give you these excuses, letting them off the hook. And then what's happening is now in their mind, you've already told them that whatever their excuse was is more important than whatever it was you were showing. You've already taught them. So that's why you have guys that are putting you off for 3 weeks, bro. I have not had somebody put me off for 3 weeks in my life. I mean, that just doesn't happen to me. Why? Because I'm not going to let them think that whatever they're doing for 3 weeks, that they don't have 20 minutes for me because this is life or death. And so you have to stop being so nice and start getting people when you see, like, here's the results. So today I spent probably 2 hours on the phone inviting for the foundation room tomorrow night. And I have 11 guests confirmed on the guest list for foundation room tomorrow night, me personally. So I have 11 people on the guest list that I sent to Eva today. Okay. And I spent 2 hours maybe on the phone. Do you see the difference in my results and your results?
Yeah.
And I've been inviting for a year. I mean, I'm getting to people now that I'm having to, I had to, this is what I did today. You know what I did today? Because we pulled off this foundation room thing. So you know what I did? I went to my contacts and I put in 214 and I put in 972, which are the two area codes for Dallas. And I just started scrolling. And that's how I was on the phone today for 2 hours. And that's how I have 11 guests confirmed for tomorrow night. And I told him, I said, look, this is the foundation room. This is VIP. This is something that's important to me. You're going to be my guest. You can't even get into this place without being a member. It's $3,500 a year to be a member, but I'm hosting the event. William H. Macy, the actor, is going to be there doing whiskey tasting with his new whiskey that he just came out with. And so I need you to be there. Can I count on you? And not everybody could. I have some no's. And I had some people, like one of my good buddies that I hadn't seen in a long time, his name popped up on the 214. And he was like, I'm coaching a baseball tournament tomorrow night. And my kids, it's like I don't know, some kind of like tryouts or something, or some all-star thing or something. So he can't be there. So, but he's like, we need to catch up. I want to hear about what you're doing. I'm like, yeah, me too. But like, I didn't get so 2 hours of calls. I got 11 confirmed, but I got some no's. But nobody's going to put me off. Like when I get somebody on the phone, they're going to hear what I'm calling them for, and I'm going to get them pinned down. Why? Because my attitude is this is more important than any other excuse they can give me. And see, your attitude is whatever excuse they're giving you is more important than what you have. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
So you spend an hour and a half on the phone today and have nothing confirmed until Saturday. And I'm telling you now, that's not going to happen probably. So you need to go back to the drawing board and you got to get better. See, this is about efficiency. I mean, to me, if I'm going to spend 2 hours on the phone inviting, I better do a good job of getting people to that event. But you know what my attitude is, my mentality is I'm committed to that event tomorrow night. So I better lead by example and have bodies in the room and make it worth my time, because it's an hour and 10 minutes drive from my house to the foundation room in downtown Dallas. So I'm going to drive an hour and 10 minutes there. I'm going to leave my daughter at home by herself. I'm going to be at an event for 2 hours, maybe 2.5, because of the whiskey tasting and the hanging out. And then I'm going to drive an hour and 10 minutes home. So that's a 5-hour commitment that I'm making. And so mentally in my head, it's like, man, if I'm committing 5 hours, I better get my ass on the phone today and get some people there, because I'm giving 5 hours of my life tomorrow night. So does that sound important?
Yeah.
I mean, so do you think that the people felt that when I talked to them today, that this was an important thing that I wanted them to be at? Yeah, that's why I have 11 people on the guest list, because I made them think and understand that it's life or death. It's important. It matters to me. It means something. And that's not coming through if people are putting you off for 3 weeks. And if people are telling you, I have 20 minutes on Saturday. Are you kidding me? Bro, your people are not that busy. No offense. Okay? You're just not making whatever you're doing sound important enough for them to set aside whatever else they're doing in order to take 20 minutes with you. So you can't let them give you these excuses. You've got to stop being Mr. Nice Guy and listening to all their bullshit and taking their excuses.
Gotcha.
So let's try that, okay? Because and we can see on Sunday, maybe I'll be wrong. It won't be the first time, but I have a feeling that Saturday appointment that you set up 4 days in advance is not going to happen on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because life happens. They get in a fight with their kids. They get in a fight with their spouse. They have a bad day at work. They get drunk on Saturday afternoon. It's March Madness. They forgot their team won or their team's playing on Saturday. And then they have some other excuse. It's always something, bro. So here's the thing. If you get somebody on the phone, have them watch it right then and there. Say, what are you doing right now? Have them tell you. Like, I want to know. I ask people, if I'm trying to get them to watch it right then and there, I'm like, what are you doing right now? And they're like literally right now? They're like, I'm talking to you. I'm like, good. So can I count on you to watch this right now? I need 20 minutes of your time. It's critical. It means a lot to me. I have to have you watch this. Well, I mean, I guess does it have to be right now? Yes, it has to be right now. And y'all can start using me. See, but in the beginning, when I was new, my mentor told me to use him as a crutch. He said, Wes, if you ever feel uncomfortable doing something, just blame me. So like if you feel like you're getting out of your comfort zone, if you feel like you're doing something that's not natural or that's uncomfortable, just blame me. So I would say, look, my mentor told me that I need to get this, that you have to see this today, that I need to show this to you right now. It's critical, it's urgent, it's important, it's time sensitive. And so, I have to do this today. It's that important. So use me as an excuse. If it's not comfortable for you, and if you don't feel comfortable saying it because you don't really feel deep down like it's that life or death, because here's the thing. I mean, you told me your guy, I asked you who number one on your list was. It's a guy who has had the video for 3 weeks. I mean, that's an example right there of how you're not creating enough urgency. Like that really summarizes the whole thing. And you've been moving slower than you were at the very beginning. And I think part of it is because you're nice to people and you're just letting people give you these excuses. And the problem is once you start doing that, that's what you do. That's the pattern. So these guys have given you these excuses. And like you said, well, they're always busy. They've always got something going on. You know why? Because they've told you once before. And so every time you call them, they're giving you a different excuse because you've already taken it. So you have to stop. This trend has to stop. We have to get better at getting results, because in the beginning, you guys were just meeting the assignments. Now you're at a point where when you do this activity, it's like me. If you're going to give up your Thursday night and you're going to do a presentation, you're going to drive to the meeting, sit there and be there during the meeting and drive to the meeting and from the meeting. You're giving up 2 or 3 hours of your Thursday night. And the last couple Memphis meetings I've asked you, you haven't had any guests there. But you still gave up 2 or 3 hours of your life that you can't get back. So you have to train yourself. You have to talk to yourself internally and say, look, Wes, you're giving up 5 hours of your life tomorrow night away from your daughter. It's her spring break. And you're going to leave her at home by herself and you're going to go and do this event. You better have bodies in the room, man. This is the conversation I'm having with myself. And so if you're going, so this is another thing my mentor taught me. He said, Wes, going to a meeting alone should be the most extreme punishment you ever feel. That's what he taught me. That's what he told me in the beginning. He said, if you're sitting in a meeting by yourself, he also taught me this about trainings, about events, because I was okay at getting guests to meetings, but he also had the same conversation when it came to trainings and events. He's like, if you come to the event and you see people with teams with more people there than you, that should be the most extreme punishment you feel. Because you know that if you're at that training or at that event and you see somebody that has 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 people from their team there and you have 5 or 10, that's punishment. Because you know that in the next 60 to 90 days, that person who has 40 or 50 people at the training, they're going to kick your ass over the next 60 to 90 days. So that should be punishment for you. And so, I talked to you about this when I was in Memphis and I gave you a hard time, but how many people do you have confirmed for I'm assuming there's a meeting in Memphis tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So how many people do you have confirmed for that meeting right now?
None at the moment.
Can we change that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Because honestly, bro, your biggest battle right now is yourself. Your subconscious mind is your biggest battle, I think, because you're taking excuses from people, you're being too nice, and you're believing the bullshit. You know, I mean, you just are. And if you're going to give up your Thursday night and you're going to be at that meeting, you should never come alone. And we talked about this. Remember when I was there and I told you, bro, pick them up. I told you, I want to see you with people tomorrow. I want you to pick them up in your car. And to my knowledge, you haven't done that yet. Have you picked anybody up and brought them to the meeting? Why?
Doing what you just said, taking people excuses, not making enough sense of urgency to just say, no, I'm coming to get you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm picking you up. You're not putting me off any longer. You're my friend, and I've been your friend for 20 years, and you owe me one night of your life. I'm picking you up. Where are you at? And those last minute invites, bro, those are some of the best ones. Here's what you guys need to understand. If you get somebody on the phone, you should write this down. Because I haven't said this to you guys before, because I feel like now we're getting into stuff where you guys have to get better at the business and you have to start learning these things. Okay. So if you get somebody on the phone, you should not let them off without the exposure. So either exposing them on the phone or at a bare minimum, locking them in for the next 24 hours. All we need is 20 minutes. I don't care if you schedule the exposure at midnight. If they give you some him-haw excuse, oh, we've got PTA or a baseball tournament or whatever tomorrow night. I was invited to a live event, but I told him, I said, look, we're meeting together next week. I hadn't seen him in a long time. So we've already got notes and messages back and forth because I've got him on the phone now. So this was via text because he was at his shop. But if you're on the phone with somebody, you've already done, like, that's the half the battle. Daryl just talked about it. He hasn't been able to reach some people. So if you reach them, this is what you need to write down. If you reach them, don't get off without scheduling the exposure. Because you've already done half the work. Why do you want, this is kind of like why I say that we're not in a follow-up business. We're not in a follow-up business because whenever you see them and expose them, you should get a yes or a no. Because if everybody gives you a maybe, follow up with me in a couple days, follow up with me in a week. I've given you guys the paper analogy and the regular training. They forget everything anyway. But the problem is that when you let them call you back or follow up, now you have this follow-up list. So now you have two lists. You have the list of your hit list, your top 10 list, all the people that you're trying to expose, okay? But then you also have your follow-up list. So now you've got two lists. And obviously you guys are having a hard enough time getting through your hit list. Now you want to add another list of the people who have already been exposed, but they haven't signed up, and now you're following up with them. This is the same thing as getting somebody on the phone to invite them and then not scheduling them. You've already done half the work. And see, the reason I know this is because I used to do in-home sales. When we sold Cutco, they taught us never leave the house without a sale and never get off the phone without an appointment. You give them whatever you cover, whatever excuses or objections you need to not get off the phone without an appointment. Period. So this didn't come from network marketing. I just know that it's hard enough to get somebody on the phone. So you've got to get them scheduled. You've got to schedule the exposure while you have them on the phone. You can't let them give you excuses, because if they do, then whatever excuse they gave you now, at a bare minimum, it will always be something like that they'll give you as an excuse because you already taught them that was more important than what you were doing. So they'll find something that in their mind is a similar significance to give you an excuse for next time. And in my mind, no excuse that they can give me will permanently prohibit them from seeing what I need to show them in the next 48 to 72 hours. That's like pretty much the max that I would let somebody go without exposing them. Because it only takes 20 minutes. you're telling me you can't find 20 minutes in the next 72 hours for me, then man, we must not really be friends. That's my attitude. Okay. So I'm hoping that that will cover a lot of y'all's issues of exposures, because if you're inviting for an hour to 2 hours a day, which is what you should be doing, you should be scheduling 5 to 10 people at a minimum for an event or an exposure in the next 24 to 48 hours. That's the type of results you should be getting. So if you're not getting that, then you're either not spending enough time inviting or you're taking too many excuses. It's about 5 people per hour is what you should be able to invite. That's very generous, by the way. All right. Let's see here. Marcus, you want to walk me through these quickly?
Yes. And that was really good. Like everything you were saying to Daryl too, like was resonating with me a lot.
Good.
Um,
So that'll help with being more effective on the phone and getting people scheduled and stop taking excuses.
yeah, like I like made a decision like to have that thought process like every time I get on the phone.
Yeah.
Like if I get you on the phone, like
Yeah.
I'm going to
Don't let them
expose
off.
you. Like it's
That's
yeah.
right. We're scheduling it. Either I'm going to do it right now or we're scheduling it. And none of this 3 or 4 days away. They have 20 minutes, preferably in the next 24 hours, but like worst case, 72 hours. You can't go beyond 3 days. If you go beyond 3 days, the odds of them remembering and not flaking out or not canceling or rescheduling is like 10% probably.
Right. Okay,
Okay.
so Mark, that is a he's a random person that hit me up on Instagram. He was interested in travel and growing and stuff like that, but I haven't been able to like get on the same page with him. So that's
Okay.
why he's still on the list. I have Corey here. That's an old friend, and we were talking like building our relationship back up. I didn't like invite him or anything,
Okay.
but when I do speak to him, he does like music. He loves music, and he's like traveling more from when I first known him. So
Okay.
I'm going to invite him. I have a call with him tomorrow. Um, Dom, that is somebody that I met at the mall one of the first times that I went. I invited him to the Chamber of Commerce event tomorrow because he works at the bar. He's also interested in networking and like building his communication skills as well too. So he's basically perfect. And so I feel that if he could come to that, and I also invited him to lunch after that
Where is the first priority? You've got him invited where?
to the Chamber of Commerce event. It's a
You're gonna take him with you to the chamber event?
yeah.
Okay. Is he
We
driving?
because we have that relationship already. Like we kind of bonded already to where it's like I know he's somebody who just wants to go out and network and meet people and just
Okay.
build.
Is he
So I'm
driving you? Is he driving you there?
no, he's not.
Does
He's
he have a
gonna meet
car?
me there. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He's gonna meet me there.
I think it'd be
Um,
good if you could find a guy like that who has a car so y'all could do some networking together, you know?
yeah,
I
the
think it's
other
good that
guy,
you're
he's
I think it's good that you're finding people to do business with and to go out and network with and go to events with. I think that's great. I just in a perfect world, it'd be great if you could find somebody that has a car so that way you guys could get around easier, you know?
okay. See, the guy live. Well, that's what he told me his name
That's your
was.
guy from the mall that was introducing you to everybody?
Live is the one that was the one that's gonna introduce me to different people, but Dom
Okay.
also works in the mall too, and he was introducing me to people. It's crazy. They all were introducing me to people, but
That's good.
Live is would be the one that has the car to where we could go around and network. But I have to build more with him because I don't really know too much about him. I know he has like a kid and like he's working, but I have to build more in that relationship to figure out like how that would work or if we could make that work.
Why can't y'all meet for lunch and just chop it up and like just meet for lunch at the mall or something when he's on a break? I mean, obviously I know, you know, you're limited on getting around and some of your scheduling and stuff, but I'm telling you, the more FaceTime you can get with these people, the better you're going to do. You know, like you'll have more success if you can spend more time in person with these people, you're going to be able to have a better connection and relationship. And it's much easier to talk about this kind of stuff in person, you know? So, I mean, if you're going to go hang out at the mall and do some networking, I would try to, you know, see if you could meet some of these guys for lunch or on their break if they're working at the mall or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I went
It's
to,
better to build these relationships in person than it is just over social media and texts and stuff. You know, it's just not the same. I don't think it's as effective.
right. Yeah, you're definitely right. I went to a different mall today as well too. I met
How many
Stephanie.
contacts did you get?
I got my 5 contacts. I didn't add all of them on the list, but except Stephanie because I feel she's like top 10 worthy.
Okay.
Not to say they're not the other ones aren't top 10 worthy. She's just more like she's a little older and she actually went to the same church that me and my mom used to go to in New York, and she also served in that church, and she like used to help out with like weddings just like my mom used to. So I'm like, oh, you probably know my mom. So that was like a great
Nice.
connection I had with her right there. She runs a women's empowerment virtual business or something like that. So
Awesome.
I got her card. I'm gonna look into that stuff, and she's
And
like,
the
just
chamber event is tomorrow night.
tomorrow morning. So that's at
Tomorrow
8
morning.
a.m.
Okay. And this is one of the free events that they told you about?
Yeah, it's a networking business professional.
Awesome.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of panels and
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be it should be a lot of people there,
Okay,
like
good.
at least
All
150.
right, go get some rest. Okay. If you've got an 8 a.m. meeting, and that means what time are you leaving? Because you've got to, how are you getting there?
I'm leaving at 7 a.m. because well around 7 a.m. because it starts at 8:30 and it's a 55-minute walk. So I'll probably leave like 7:15, 7:20.
All right, bud. Okay, good work. Good luck tomorrow morning. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Jessica, looking at your list, um, these names on here, have any of them been invited already?
And yeah, yes, I had one. There's one on there that I talked to yesterday.
Okay. And the rest are new?
Yes,
And so has this come from going through your phone and going through social media and stuff and working on your list?
yes.
Okay. And so what's your plan to get all of these 10 people exposed? Like, are they local? Do they live near you?
I have a few that are near me, and I have some that are local.
And so what about doing a lunch? Can you do a lunch meeting once a week since you're not doing an evening meeting? To
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to do one on like Saturday afternoons, if not Sunday.
Okay. I think Saturdays, by the way, are great days for meetings. I still don't understand why more people are not doing. I mean, I used to kill it on Saturdays. Like I would do super Saturday training and then I would do 2 presentations on Saturday afternoon. I mean, sales day, biggest sales day of the week for me in World Ventures was Saturday. Like crazy. Like, and nobody's doing stuff on Saturdays. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's a
Well,
great
I have
day
to
to
work
do
around the
meetings.
kids, so
I know
maybe.
your schedule's different, but I'm just saying, I think it's a great idea. And I
Yeah,
think you need to be doing something consistent. So
right.
hopefully you can work something out with your schedule with the kids and stuff to where you can do something at the same time each week, you know?
Right.
And so I think that should be one of your goals is trying to figure out what day that is and what time that is so you can put that in a routine, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking of doing.
And that's one of the reasons why I was telling y'all about not moving the meeting around when we started in Texarkana and just picking
Uh-huh.
something and sticking with it. And it kind of is that same thing with whatever it is that you're going to do. So I know
Right.
you've been on the Zooms and that's great, but I think you've got to get out at least once a week and do something live. So if it's not in the evenings because of the kids, then it needs to be a luncheon. So look at your schedule, figure out your childcare situation and do it every week no matter what, even if it's just
I
you
can
and one
either do
other
an
person.
afternoon or an evening. It depends on the day.
Doesn't matter, just do it every week. Just
Right.
pick something and do it every week. You've got to
Okay.
you've got to train yourself. It's like It's like the gym, it's like you can't just go once a week and then take 2 weeks off and then expect to grow muscles. It doesn't
Right.
work that way.
Yeah,
This
I talked to
business is
Ronnie. I said that's what I talked to Ronnie about. I said we're gonna have to find something consistent to stick with, and usually I think Saturdays would be a good day.
okay. So why don't you try to decide on that tomorrow and put that
That's
into
what
the
I'm doing.
calendar and stick with it. Okay.
Okay, even though like I know some people in the DFW area for tomorrow,
Mhm.
Ronnie's gonna be there. So I don't I'm not able to be there. So can I still send people?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay. I just wanted
Just
to
let
double
me and
check.
Ronnie just put us in a group text and send us who you're sending, and I'll watch out for them.
Okay,
We have to have their names by noon tomorrow to be on the
okay.
guest list.
Yeah, I'll jump right on it here in a little bit, and then I got
Okay.
someone to
All
reach
right.
back
I'll
out
let you.
to. I just want to confirm
Yeah.
with you
So
before,
check your
and then
phone for 972 or 214, just like I did. That's all I did today.
okay.
Okay, Simba, I'm looking at your list. Um, on this list, Simba, how many of these people have you already invited?
So I've exposed Mo and Raf. Raf is interested and is coming to Las Vegas. Just gonna lock in his tickets.
Okay.
And Mo, I had met up on him in person, showed him the video. He's been dodging my calls. I didn't have the three-way. That's where I messed up.
It's okay.
So
It is what it is. So now Raf is coming to Vegas, but did he sign up?
no,
But he's going to come to Vegas and try it out.
yeah, but I'm trying. Not trying. I'm getting him to sign up literally before Vegas because
Okay.
I'm going to have
Hey,
the
can I ask a real dumb question? Why can't you get him to sign up as an influencer at a bare minimum and lock his spot in and start working with you? I mean, here's the thing, I think a lot of times people they see what you guys are doing and that whole question of can I do this? They don't want to do what you're doing. So what I tell people is, look, you don't have to do anything. If you'll just introduce me as the travel guy, I'll do all the work. I just need you to introduce me. That's it. So you can get him signed up as an influencer and use these to leapfrog to other contacts. So you sign them up. They don't have to do anything. Just have them literally introduce you. If they're lazy or they don't want to get involved or they say they don't want to do it or they say they don't want to work, say no problem. I'll do it for you. I'll do all the work. All you have to do is introduce me. See, in the beginning, you've got plenty of time. You can go work with their people and treat them just like they're yours. So you
Mhm.
literally have them set up meetings for you and you just do the presentation, do the exposures and sign their people up and give them the enroller and just put them on the team. And so all they have to do is pay $20 and then they're making $100 for every person that you sign up for them from their contacts. So teach people that.
Okay.
He can pay for the whole Vegas trip with travel dollars that you made for him because you signed him up as an influencer and he introduced you to his contacts.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's all you have to do.
And
And then
Friday
what about the rest of the list?
so the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I met at the mixer. Been keeping contact with Patrick
What have
and
you been
Mike.
doing to stay in touch with these people from the networking event? Tell me what you're doing.
I've been texting them, seeing how they've been. Haven't called them yet. Gonna call them
You don't have to
tomorrow.
call them, but so give me an example. So
So Mike
pull your
Perry.
pull your phone out. Pull your phone out.
Mhm.
Read me the text between you and Claudia or Boogie or Eleanor. These are the people you met from the
Yeah,
networking
so
event.
so
Just read me the text.
I got you. Where Mike at? Hold on. Slow down. So what I'm saying right now, he says for real,
Who's
some
this? Which one's this?
Mike Perry. It's not.
Okay, read me the text.
Got you right now. So he texted me at 6:35 p.m. And the rest of my message not loading, but what I'm reading right now from what I see, he says, for real, simple things I am learning along the journey. I said, exactly, need to pour value into yourself so you are able to pour value into others. Because he was one of the panelists.
Got it. Awesome.
And he said, for sure, bro, what you got going on? That was at 9 a.m. And I texted him back. Grand Rising King going to a brunch meeting. That was when I was on my way over there.
Mhm.
Now I'm free after 2 p.m. What you got going on today? And then he hasn't texted me back. Yeah, he hasn't texted me back yet.
So that's good. That's good. That's good interaction. One thing I would probably do different is when you're responding, try to bring more value. Obviously, that first message that you put was really good, but when he's like, "What you got going?" and then you're like, "I'm just going to brunch," make yourself sound busier, like things are popping. So anytime
Okay.
people ask me what I'm up to, um this is like my standard response, like pretty much to anybody. Like, what am I up to? Man, I'm so blessed. It's so amazing. I'm so busy. I wish there were 10 of me. So much opportunity and not enough hours in the day, type thing. To where it's like, oh, whoa, wow, that sounds awesome. Because here's the reality. Most people are not used to getting those kinds of responses. So if you want to be the kind of bright shining star in their text messages, you can't blend in with everybody else. So your response of going to a brunch, why, what are you up to later? It doesn't stand out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of like everybody's response. And so when you get a chance to respond or build value, you need to make them sound like you're President Trump, like things are popping, like you're like Elon Musk and Doge right now, like you're moving and shaking and going and blowing and like everything's happening. You're the busiest guy on the planet. That's what you want to make it sound like, because people want to be around that. They're attracted to that energy. And you also want to stand out. You don't want to just give a regular response, a standard response, just a regular whatever. Always try to find and always be grateful. I just find that anytime you can lead with gratitude and abundance and blessings and instead of scarcity mentality or like negativity or complaining, all of you could probably think of somebody immediately. Like if I think about negative texters, you could probably think of somebody immediately that comes to mind. It's like anytime you text them or anytime you talk to them, it's like they're always complaining, they're always negative, they're always talking shit about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to text those people, you don't want to talk to those people. So like you have to be the exact opposite of that. Not to like where you're cheesy and corny. Okay, I'm never like that. But I always am I always respond. That's another really good lesson, by the way. And you even said he hasn't responded. I always respond. Like if somebody is inviting me or asking about something or trying to get me to look at something or listen to something, or it's like a business conversation, I'm always going to respond. But the reality is for me, I have to know that like, hey, I've got to be on top of getting back to people when they're asking me questions or they're trying to get me to come to something or show up to something, because I may ask them to do the same thing in the future. So it's got to be like a two-way street. You can't just be I, me. Like you need to be able to offer value to people and be willing to help them and be willing to show up for them and go to things. Like if they ask you to come to something, and I know, Marcus, you've gone to some other things with other people and you're inviting people to go. That's the kind of attitude, right? Because those are the types of people that everybody wants to be around. Nobody wants to be around somebody that's like negative or boring or just same old, same old. Like they want some buzz, they want some excitement, they want some energy. So try to just, give off a little bit more energy and make it sound like, you're the busiest guy on the planet.
Copy that, Wes. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right. We have gone really long tonight. So, and I think I've probably made enough points tonight on these lists that I'm hoping tomorrow night everybody's getting results. We have one Zoom left before round 2 of the contest ends. and that's tomorrow night. Plus, we have the Dallas event at the Foundation Room, and I know Safe has a big event tomorrow. I know Marcus, you've got a big day tomorrow. Others of you have meetings lined up. Kirk, you've got stuff. You've got people you're talking to. So, let's all try to get sales in before Friday. Let's at least get to the 2 and free. Let's at least get a sale in so you're out of round 1 and round 2 if you're already 2 and free. I'm counting on everybody on here staying into round 3. Okay, we're going to announce round 3 on Saturday in the training, and we will not be having a call tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to getting updates from you guys on Friday. Friday night's call will probably just be updates. But I do want to hear your updates from tomorrow because I'm expecting a big day out of you guys tomorrow. We had a massive sales day today and yesterday. This is going to be our biggest week ever. It's like literally my phone was going off the entire time we were on here with sales notifications. Kirk, you signed up 12 on your B2B account. I heard about that. That's what Eva was telling me earlier. That's awesome.
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited about coming out to Arizona too. So let's try to get that lunch going. Because I've got some other people, from the WV days that are out there that have been asking to kind of see everything, but I don't have time to get to everybody. So I'd love to do some stuff out there with you. So just let me know once you get things rolling, I'll come out there. And
And I
congrats
have
on
somebody,
the
I do
B2B
know
sale.
somebody that's in Arizona too, by the way.
Okay. Are they what part of Arizona?
I have to look. It's
Okay.
it's Kayson's sped teacher. She moved out there.
Okay, well,
I'll
just
pull it
message her and see where she's at. Kirk's in Mesa. I've got some people in Scottsdale, and Flagstaff, and but all those places are not.
Swalrita. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry.
Okay, we'll reach out to her and
Okay.
see how far she is from Mesa, and
Okay.
try to get her on the Zoom tomorrow night, and then let's all try to focus on Arizona and try to get some stuff going out there.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, guys. So Friday night, I'll be looking for updates for tomorrow. So looking for everybody to have a good finish to the week. Use all this stuff. If you get people on the phone, let's get them locked down. Let's start exposing more people. Let's get more efficient. And then I'll be getting updates from you guys on Friday night. Tomorrow night, I'll be in the meeting in Dallas, so we won't be on tomorrow night. But I will catch some updates from you on Friday, but we won't go long because it's Gianna spring break. And so we're going to be doing some stuff this weekend. And then we've got the training on Saturday, and then round 3 starts on Saturday. So make sure you do everything you need to so you get qualified for rounds 1 and 2. And if you have any questions on that, just message me and I'll clarify it if you need. And if not, then I'll be getting good updates from you guys on Friday night. So good luck tomorrow. Kick some ass. I'll talk to you on Friday.